Hi, it's Kayye. We're day 3 of InfoComm 2014 here in Las Vegas, and we're in the SYNNEX booth, and we're here talking to TJ Trojan. How are you doing, TJ?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
Doing well. As Senior Vice President of SYNNEX, and of course everyone knows who SYNNEX is, but for those that might not know exactly what you guys do, you're a big distributor of not just AV stuff, but you're distributing everything that would go into an AV installation, including even the IT stuff.
Absolutely. So, we talked about this way back, and I think it was 3 or 4 years ago when we were first talking about the convergence of AV and IT and CE, and what we're seeing today is that's come true.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. You walk around here, the connectivity between the consumer electronics, the consumerization of IT, communications technology is just amazing.
Yeah, it truly is. Now, specific to SYNNEX's appearance here at InfoComm, I don't know, you've been here many years. How does this show compare to past shows for you guys?
I think, I don't know, it seems like there's record attendance. Yeah. Do you know if there is?
Yeah, it's going to be record attendance.
It's been crowded, yeah, it's been great. And great customers, great partners, a lot of great meetings, great technology. And you know what, these folks are our friends. And that's the best part. I've been on the road for 2 weeks straight, so I'm ready to get home. But I love coming here because, and you do the same thing. You walk down the hall, and there's 100 people that you know, as you're walking down from meeting to meeting. It's hard to say hello to everybody, but it's great to see these old friends.
It is, and you and I have similar backgrounds in the sense that we ran marketing for, well, in your case you were the president, but we ran marketing for major manufacturers in the industry, and then we took slightly different paths where you're supporting lots of manufacturers at one time, and I'm supporting lots of manufacturers by giving them press. Exactly. But so our paths are very similar. What have you seen is, of the stuff that you've been showing and talking about here at the show, what are people most excited about?
Well, I think there's a couple things that I'm seeing. So, the AV integrators were 2 or 3 years ago, they were very concerned about this convergence, right? How do I get an IT? But what's happened is the market, through the third platform and through connectivity and and through mobility and visualization, it's the market's changed, and so actually they're right in the middle of it. In fact, I think the AV integrator is at an advantage right now because IT and AV is really integrated, and now they understand both sides of it, and they have an advantage on the design side.
I agree with you. I think IT technology is easier to figure out than AV technology. So if you got the AV expertise, adopting the IT stuff, since it's all standard protocols, is a lot easier. What do you think people are in the integrator community most concerned about right now?
Well, I don't know that they're really concerned. I think there's less fear today because what they're seeing is that they can take their best assets, which is their relationships, and actually expand the portfolio of products and services they can offer. And I think 3 or 4 years ago, they were concerned about how they were going to do that. I can tell you, 3 or 4 years ago, and even 2 years ago, more than 90% of the products we sold to our AV integrator partners was AV products. Now it's less than 70%, right? So now they're buying mobility, they're buying UC, connectivity. In fact, what I will tell you is that, for example, a big market for an AV integrator is K-12 market, which is exploding right now, right? So in the past, you had the AV integrator, you had the IT integrator, you had your physical security integrator, and now the AV guys going in there and actually having a connected strategy. Instead of a disparate, maybe 3 or 4 different partners setting up disparate solutions, now it's all integrated. So they can go in there with the tablets or the Chromebook or the Microsoft or the iOS. They got their projectors, they got their smart boards, their interactive boards, they got their surveillance, and it's all connected through a wireless infrastructure. And they're in the best position to do that because AV and visualization is the key component in all of that connectivity. So they're an advantage. So I think it's actually come to them.
Right.
Which is great.
I agree with you, and you guys are kind of in a unique position because in addition to all the stuff you talked about, you have a whole another division of your company which they have access to, which is all the IT gear. Right. So all that's on an IT backbone. Right. All the switching, whether it be megabit, gigabit switching, you can actually help them get that equipment as well, so they're not having to buy that from a third-party source.
Well, one of the advantages today is, so we have a really nice relationship with Google, right? So Chromebook is now central in K-12 and really in higher education too, right? And I can't tell you how many of the big AV integrators that we do business with now, have done business with on AV, are now buying literally thousands and thousands of Chromebooks. And that's not a high margin opportunity, but all the services, all the adjacent products, the charging carts, the visualization, the interactive whiteboards, all of that's connected to that tablet, that makes it successful for them.
Yeah, it's actually a good model for probably the future of AV overall, which is the gear going in there and not worrying about the margin on the gear, because the services that follow it is where the money is.
And they'll all tell you that. They understand that the tablet is not a high margin, high ASP product, but all the services they're providing, the white glove services, the training, the installation, all very profitable for them. So the revenue is large, but the ancillary business associated with that high velocity business is really helping their business.
Now, SYNNEX, you also provide, in addition to providing products and services, you also have a lot of education. You do a lot of events, and you've got some events coming up this fall. How would people get involved with those events, and how can they find out about attending?
Well, it's funny. So we actually probably have a couple of hundred events. So we have regional events that all of our partners, so a lot of our AV partners will join the regional events. They're called secret sauce events, and so we have them in different cities just about every week. And we'll bring different partners in there and provide training and services for that. We have very specific government shows, health shows, AV shows. We had an AV summit last month, for instance. In the fall, we have a national conference, which we bring in all of our partners, 400, 500 partners come in for 3-4 days of training. And now our AV integrators are saying, I want to go to that conference as well. And it's because they're learning about all these other IT products and services where they can expand their current business with their current relationships at the end user level.
And in addition to education, you have like a little small trade show there, and it allows them to see products that they don't normally see at an InfoComm. I mean, you had companies like HP there exhibiting all their connectivity products and also their networking products. You have Cisco and companies like them exhibiting all of their connectivity products.
Right.
So more information at SYNNEX.com.
SYNNEX.com, yeah.
Well, TJ, thanks for joining us today. Congratulations on a successful InfoComm 2014. Again, check them out at SYNNEX.com. Thanks for joining us. We're going to keep making our way around the show floor today, so keep watching.
Good to see you, bud.